Appear to be returning to the bunt to try and advance base runners after their last two stolen base attempts have resulted in caught stealings. You know, we saw sacrifice bunts drop down by Japan in the first and second innings. After those sacrifice bunts, we saw 4 straight stolen bases before a runner was caught stealing. Now we see a towering fly ball into right field that'll be caught by Oscar Ayude. There's 1 out in this top of the 5th inning, and Kimoto, perhaps most importantly, remains on first base. Kimoto not able to advance Saka after thinking about, or at least showing the bunt on the first 2 pitches. Decided to swing away, and he's retired for the 2nd time tonight. Now it's Saito, the shortstop, takes a look as Solis throws to first and almost threw it past the first baseman De Los Santos for what would have been a 3rd time. We've already seen 2 errors charged to the pitcher on pickoff throws to first that didn't pan out. Quick delivery, kind of a slide step motion, but he missed low. And it's ball 1 on Saito. A walk and a run scored in the 2nd, a ground out to short in the 3rd. That's the offensive summary for the 8-hole hitter for Japan. That pitch misses high, it's 2-0. Christopher Vivarito, very animated back there behind the plate, showing everybody exactly where that pitch missed as we get pretty close play on that throw to first. After Saito, unless we see a double play, it'll be on to Sugishita. Strike. Makes it 2-1. Walks have certainly been an issue for the right-handed starter. He walked 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd. All 3 of those came around to score. He walked a man in the 4th. He was able to strand Ikeda Ryoma on second last inning. Now a long foul ball down right field way. It's a count to 2-2. Certainly glad to have everybody with us on this Monday night in Chitre. Very overcast, almost menacing skies when we were getting ready to start this game at 6 o'clock, but somehow the rain missed us. And here they were not so fortunate up in David as this ball 4 gets away from Oviedo, who throws to third, though there was no attempt to go first to third by Kimoto. Very interesting, if Kimoto hadn't slid into second base, he was running on the pitch. And there you see him slide into second. Had he not gone to the ground and just kept on running around second, he probably could have had third base too. Instead, it's another walk, the 5th, for the Dominican starter. It's first and second with 1 out. Number 9 hitter Sugishita takes strike 1 and then checks back behind him into the dugout. Very unusual to see a batter look into his dugout rather than to the third base coach to get signals. A leg lift and a spin from Solis. Looks back at second. The Dominican Republic has 6 pitchers available tonight, but so far they've used just one as Sugishta pops it up in shallow left field where the catch is made by Amador. Out number 2. So a single, a fly out, a walk, and a pop out. 2 on and 2 out for Hanada atop the Japan batting order. Big spot for Hanada Asahi. Throw to second, back standing goes Kimoto. Japan's center fielder's been on base 3 times in as many tries tonight, and in fact, he reached base 3 times through the first 3 innings. Another good throw to second, really close play. The tag went on to the ankle of the standing Kimoto. Just got that foot on the base before the leather slapped his leg. Hanada has scored 2 runs, driven in 1, has 2 hits. He's also been caught stealing. One ball, no strikes. 9-7, Japan ahead by 2. A look back to second base, the pitch fouled back out of play over our heads. 1-1. I've been very impressed by Roberto Solis. Forget about the score, he's pitched well tonight. Obviously never easy when you're dealing with 6 errors from your defense. Granted, he committed 2 of those 6 errors. But he has fought through a really difficult lineup. He's kept his team in the game as he gets Hanada to foul it back for strike 2. A look in. Now he's ready. A 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air. This is back in foul ground, and it winds up crashing down on the roof on top of our heads. So the count holds. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Imperative that the Dominican escape this top half of the 5th inning without allowing a run or 2 or anything from Japan. Keep it a 2-run game. 1-2 pitch. It's high, ball 2. Now, I will say I feel like Japan might have caught a little bit of a break with the bottom of the 4th inning ending and then the ground screw coming on to manicure the field. It happens after every bottom of the 4th, but that 3-run bottom half of the 4th inning from the Dominican Republic clearly gave that team some momentum. And they kind of had to keep it in check. This is a game that's been all about momentum. It's been a game all about speed. 2-2. Swing, and what a good piece of contact there from Hanada, staying alive. If the Dominican had had its way, they score those 3 runs to make it a 2-run game, then they get right back out there and let Roberto Solis go to work and maybe catch Japan back on their heels a little bit. Go to second. Safe. Good idea there by Beltre, the second baseman. Saw the ball sitting on the dirt, picked it up, and then applied the tag sort of after the play had already happened to see if he could catch Kimoto with his foot. Coming off for a split second. Something might have happened to Kimoto though, because he's doubled over with his helmet off and he's got coach coming from one direction, a trainer coming from the other direction. They're going to take a look at the back of his leg, back of the knee. For the right-handed starter, Dominican Republic, and it's a huge one to send us home in the 5th inning Now the Dominican offense can get back to work, trailing by 2. Your score after 4.5. Japan 9, Dominican 7. We'll be right back here in Chitre. Great game here tonight between the two teams tied in second place in Group B continues. Japan leading the Dominican Republic 9-7. And Oscar Ayude swings and misses for strike one to start the home half of the fifth. New pitcher for Japan, Kanai Shinosuke, misses low, ball one. It's 1-1. It was Suzuki for 3 2/3. Honda got the last out of the fourth. Now Kanai, 3 straight left-handers. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled high in the air, back out of play, 1-2 on the Dominican right fielder. He opened the scoring way back when. And pardon me, when I say opened the scoring, I mean for the Dominican side. He hit a 2-run double in the first inning. When he hit that double, it tied the game at 2. Big, slow curveball, swung on and missed for strike 3. And there's the first out of the inning, and a really nice job done by Kanai. After that 2-run double in the first, the Dominican would take the lead on a ground ball, a fielder's choice, made it 3-2. A fly out to left made it 4-2. First pitch swinging. Davison de los Santos fouls it for a strike. So it was 4-2. The Dominican Republic led after 1. Japan quickly answered. 4 runs in the top of the second, and it was 6-4. 3 more in the top of the third, made it 9-4 in favor of Japan. Three runs in the bottom half of the fourth inning, as the Dominican right back in the game. 9-7 the score. De Los Santos tonight has been on base twice. He has a hit, he has a run batted in, and he has scored a run. One of those nights where everybody is involved with the offense. 8 out of 9 batters for the Dominican Republic in the order have reached base safely. There's that slow curve. It got strike 3 on Oscar Ayude, and now it gets strike 2 on Davison de Los Santos. Canal from the windup. Back to the breaking ball. Great job by Davison to lay off. It's a full count. Of the 18 players in the 2 starting lineups combined, 16 have reached base. Just 1 on either side has been kept off. 3-2, ground ball, backhanded. What a play at first. And he takes it himself, Kimoto Keiichi. Makes the play 3 unassisted. The second out of the bottom of the 5th. Here is Manuel Vargas, the only member of the starting lineup for this Dominican squad that hasn't been on base. But a funny thing, in a game like this, everybody contributes. He has driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. The same can be said for Uchiyama Haruto, the third baseman for Japan, who's the only member of their starting lineup that hasn't reached base safely. So literally, every single member of both starting lineups contributing to the 16 runs that we've seen scored. 1-0 pitch from Canal. In the air to left field, but right at Ikeda Ryoma. Catch is made, and yes, we've seen it. A 1-2-3 inning. Tremendous work from Canal out of the bullpen. On to the 6th. It's 9-7 Japan. Back in a moment. Into the 6th we go. Craig Durham, happy to have you with me here al Estadio Rico Sereno. Great game between Japan and the Dominican Republic with so much on the line. First pitch of the 6th inning is bunted foul by Japan's second baseman Fukuhara Seiya. New pitcher for the Dominican, meanwhile, is Enher Sanchez. Takes over for Roberto Solis. Solis went 4 innings or rather 5, pardon me. And really importantly, hung 2 zeros on the board in his last 2 innings of work. Gave up just 2 hits, 2 walks in his last 2 innings, but no runs. Now the 1-1 from Sanchez is a miss. Pardon me, that's a strike. It's 1-2. The batter, Fukuhara, has had a great day in the 2 slot in the order. 2 hits. He takes a ball. He dropped down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Singled, stole a base, drove in 2 runs, and scored a run. How's that for a second inning for Fukuhara? And then he singled in the 4th. 2-2. Hard line drive, but 1 hop to first. Davison de los Santos wins the race to the bag. Really nice start for Enher Sanchez. He gets the first out of the inning. The game's starting to calm down now. We've seen just 3 runs scored over the last 2 frames. Which still might sound like a lot, but the way we started, it feels like a pitcher's duel all of a sudden. Uchiyama, the 3rd baseman. He's the one Japan player in the starting 9 that hasn't been aboard. You saw the numbers, 0 for 2. An RBI that came on a sac fly in the 2nd inning. Line drive to right field. Really well hit ball. He's ahead 2-0. He hops back and takes ball 3. After Uchiyama, it's Ikeda waiting in the cleanup spot. The 3-0 pitch and a 4-pitch walk. Every base runner means more now. At least it feels as if each base runner means more now than maybe they did an hour ago. The game's so close with so little time left and so much on the line. The winner of this moves to 3-1. Its own destiny in terms of advancing to the playoffs, to the Super Round, which begin Thursday. Up high. 1 ball, no strikes on Ikeda. Great game here tomorrow afternoon. A big one between the Dominican and the Netherlands, regardless of what happens. In this game tonight, the Dominican Republic will have to win that game. If they win tonight, it's possible that with a loss tomorrow they could still advance, but that's a Netherlands team that's won 2 straight, is sitting at 2-2 in the standings. Should the score hold as it is right now with Japan ahead, should Japan go on to win this game tonight, then it will literally be a play into the playoff game. At 2 o'clock tomorrow between the Dominican and the Netherlands. As this one's cut on and missed for a strike. Japan finishing up its opening round tomorrow night by facing South Africa. Just off the outside corner. 3-1. Very close pitch, but that's a pitch that hasn't been there tonight for pitchers on either side. There's been great consistency with that spot. Some umpires, maybe it's a strike, but not tonight. As we have a line drive to short, the throw to first, skips past De Los Santos to second, moves Uchiyama. Probably a throw that Adael Amador didn't need to make. Certainly didn't gain anything from it. Japan now